Hello, everybody, and welcome to a fabulous night of Power Rangers Heirs to Olympus. As I'm joined with only two players today because we've had boys' night, we now have girls' night, and that's going to be awesome. And nothing bad could possibly happen. Just pause for
Have you met your players?
Yeah, I've met.
Have you met us, Matthew?
Yeah, it's why the pause for dramatic effect happened. Yeah, before we jump into anything, let's introduce the players and the characters they're going to play in.
Hi, I'm Killian, and you know that I always play Millie, but tonight, since we're going to have so many NPCs and so few people, I'm also going to take over Medusa.
All the snake ladies.
And I'm the Purple Ranger, and there's so many snakes.
Hello. I am Sabina. I am playing Thea, the Green Ranger. But tonight I am also playing Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Two very different characters. I'm so excited for this.
We got the opposites and the so similars.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Because best laid plans of GMs is always something
Have no plan.
The players, and nothing happens the way you expect it to happen. But
best plans for the GMs. They have no plans.
No, best thing to do.
Quick, can any of you goddesses undo the drunk?
Thea's gonna just. I think this night will go better with you not as this.
I forgot what night it was, and that was like a whole bottle of whiskey.
To be fair, I didn't even know this was happening. I literally showed up not even 20 minutes ago.
Girls, no!
I mean, sounds like a plan.
Medusa does have spellcasting, so I'm going to say she can do something. And I imagine it's much like drawing out snake venom, honestly.
I like that. That's a good idea. She just bites you.
I'm going to have her
sucks it out like a wound.
Yep,
does she get any...
It will be with a single downshift. It should be more, but she does have some bonuses to spellcasting.
Okay. So one downshift is specialized.
Yep.
Got it. Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, I could have assisted. I forgot. I also have spellcasting. What is this character?
Well, I will say you want to assist. You can do. I appreciate we've already rolled the dice, but we're just getting into it. So.
Yeah, I will assist. So I can give it upshift or edge.
Mm-hmm.
I will give edge.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember.
Wait, would you prefer edge or upshift? Because I can bump it up to okay, then I'll give you edge.
Woohoo. Nope, that was worse.
I will say,
I'm sorry.
She manages to help with some of the inebriation, not dealing with it entirely. But at the same point, I will allow you to make a brawn check for yourself.
Okay. Oh, that's Eve. Is this going to be at a downshift since I'm inebriated?
It will be at a downshift since you're inebriated.
Do you have brawn? What is your brawn?
My brawn is flat.
Oh, so that'd be an automatic fail in that case.
Oh.
Your brawn is all.
Oh.
If you're at just a D20, then taking it down will, yeah.
Yeah, because you already have snag, so yeah.
Unfortunately, it does mean you're a little bit.
Hey, can I go to the coffee bar and make her a cup of coffee?
Please do.
What is the...
I imagine that, like, she has just been pushed far enough that she's, like, half drunk, half hungover.
So
feeling that the
it
buzz
only
is
gives
coming down and she's got
so
her
the
head
coffee bar
open.
only gives an upshift to alertness and initiative, but it might help sober her up. So so I'm gonna make her a very strong cup of coffee, the way she likes it, because I know her.
I don't know if you have the skill, but if you do, make me a performance check.
I do not have the skill, so it would be with snag.
That's cool.
Okay, Scanlan, don't screw me over. Wait, no, I should roll the other bard as well. Yes, I'm playing with critical roll dice, everybody. Okay, since I'm rolling with snag, no, I should have had Aphrodite help me. I already rolled though. It's really bad, guys.
How bad
It's
is
a
really
2.
bad?
We're starting off real strong.
Yeah, it can only go uphill from here. Realistically.
Wait, yeah, no, that's a 3.
We have started out with 3 rolls, and not a single one has hit 10.
Like, what? We're level 4, right, Matt? Still.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't have anything that I can like re-roll 2s yet. Re-rolls 1 or 2s, I think. No, I don't. Wait, what does Savant do? Okay. If you have a knack for trying anything and getting it right, if you don't have any levels in a skill, I can always try a skill. Yeah, so I can re-roll it. Right?
Yep, re-roll it.
I'm not rolling any of those dice again.
Yep.
Oh, that's so much better. So that's a 21. They rolled a 19 on the die.
Medusa seems to be a little bit inebriated herself, and her spell doesn't come off quite as successfully as she might hope. It does kind of relieve some of that buzz, but then that does leave you with a hangover that is threatening to just cause an entire storm inside of your head. But the cup of coffee that is brought to you by Thea, it perks you up a little bit. It gives you a bit more buzz.
It pushes just enough away that Millie is like, oh yeah, and she's going to use a personal PowerPoint to activate joy. So, she's going to activate that, and then she is also going to activate civilian superpower to see auras for a while.
What does joy do? I'm sorry, I know like literally nothing about your about your ranger. I haven't read any of it.
So basically it just means each turn while it's active, I get a upshift to the first skill I roll, I think.
That's cool.
Within 5 feet of an alley, I gain an upshift on the first skill test you take each turn. Yeah.
That's really cool.
So you see Millie drinking the coffee, and she's a little wobbly between inebriated and that kind of hungover feel, but she just gets this real big smile on her face. It's just like, I love everyone.
I can picture Aphrodite just lounging on a chair, just watching all of us going, wow, sips wine. Not feeling anything.
As you look out across the crowd, the small gathering of people that are around you, you do see their auras, and Irene has dark shades of orange, whilst Medusa's aura is just blazing white, almost to the point of like hurting your vision.
But Medusa, you okay? I just really don't want to see Athena. And as her anxiety and fear starts to overtake her, snakes start coming out of the grass. Some of hers, plus some from that have been placed in the animal greenhouse. the reptile house.
The reptile house, yeah.
And just kind of like form a little like circle around her, just writhing around each other and like sticking their tongues out in support.
Interesting.
It's not much longer until you see, walking across the beach, just one solitary figure. And as they get closer, you do recognize that figure to be Athena. She has on her shoulder a small, relatively speaking, a small owl, though it does look very much like the one that came down to rescue her in your last encounter. You do see in her hands is it's a carrier for bottles of what appears to be wine. There's 6 of them. In the other hand, there is what looks to be, of all things, a gift basket. And go ahead and make me an alertness checks, please. Alertness perception with your eyes, if that matters.
Yes, that does
the coffee
matter.
helps me on this.
It does. I have a D4 and I have specialization and perception, and then I have the senses thing that gives me I see things.
Oh, and I get another upshift.
So I get edge.
Because joy, and I'm within 5 feet of allies.
Woohoo! The upshifts.
That's a critical 22.
That is a... that is another 21. Not critical.
You both make out in the gift basket various products that are not quite spilling out, but where it's been crammed with different goods, the names of them can be seen. And amongst the different items, you see clearly face masks, all of the fixings to make s'mores. She's clearly come prepared, though probably much like Irene, who's just sitting there sort of watching everything going on. She's not really sure what girls' night is supposed to entail.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, now that everyone's here, thank you all for coming. And Millie will wobble and march up to Athena and stick out a hand. Good to actually meet you when we're not trying to hit each other.
Athena holds up what she's carrying, her hands full, and then...
Oh, right. And Millie will grab the gift basket that I imagine is like half the size she is, take it over by the bonfire, and she kind of looks over what everything we have. Well, if we want to start now, since we already had the bonfire going, we could do the s'mores and just like small talk, not get into anything too heavy right now, and then we'll move inside for all of this amazing spa stuff it appears she has brought too.
Aphrodite kind of picks up and goes, spa? That sounds lovely. I love me a good spa day.
I had the mortal store member just put together everything they thought could be useful for a girls' night. She did say something about pillows as well, but I did think that if we had a pillow fight, you would probably be able to supply such things. I don't understand why we'd be fighting with pillows. I think spears would be much easier.
Listen, I've seen it in movies and I don't get it either.
I'm glad. I did try to research and just I don't understand.
It's more something for the younger girls, Thea says as she chills out. It's a playful thing where you're less likely to get hurt because kids. I don't know. Sometimes you do get hurt.
And since I imagine Yarick went with the boys, I think Creed would probably be out there with us. I'll just be like, Creed, can you take all of the spa stuff and get maybe one of the maids to help set up a room and get it all ready for us?
He quite happily takes the goods. He's very eager to leave this all behind. Takes the gift basket, clears up anything that's left over, disappears inside, and one of the other staff does come outside, bringing some new glasses, wine glasses, as he saw the carrier of wine, and just places them down in front of everybody before disappearing as quickly as they possibly could.
I imagine they also brought a lot of water for Millie.
Just like an entire pitcher that's, again, probably about half of Millie's size, to be fair.
I'm just a small.
Athena will hold out the wine carrier, place it down on the pallets that have been turned into a table, and lift out one of the bottles with sort of finger and thumb. I wasn't sure what to bring, what gift was customary, but considering so many of our kind were around the table, I thought some ambrosia, perhaps, might perk up the mortals too.
Millie is intrigued.
Can we
Medusa-
drink ambrosia? Like, it won't hurt us?
Shouldn't.
I'm intrigued.
You know the boys are gonna hate that they missed this.
They probably will.
Medusa is still kind of like off to the side out of the firelight. Let's see. I'm gonna see what check would I make for her to kind of try and overcome her fear to walk closer to Athena.
Possibly, I'm thinking either an alertness insight check to see that Athena doesn't necessarily mean her any harm. A cultures check to realize that with Irene there, she should be good.
I'll go ahead and roll her an alertness.
If you can think of something else, feel free to suggest it.
I thought of Brawn to overcome her fear.
Brawn as well. I was thinking Brawn a bit more physical necessary than mental.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
alertness, like just seeing how everything is kind of happening. This was not specialized, right? Right. 14.
I would say she does realize that everything at the very least at the moment does seem to be very cordial, and while she may still have that element of fear, just seeing Athena, she at least can realize that Athena hasn't really even looked at her as far as she's concerned. Everybody's here, everybody's got their own things to do and say, but she doesn't hold any animosity towards Medusa at the moment, at the very least.
So Medusa's gonna kind of like, she'll walk forward, but it's kind of tentatively, and looking around, see that there's an empty seat next to Irene, and kind of walk over and sit so that Irene is a little bit in between her and Athena.
Sounds like a good idea.
Aphrodite, hearing and seeing that there is a bottle of ambrosia, her empty glass is already out. Like, I would love some, please and thank you.
Athena,
All right, I'm still a little tipsy, but I will try some.
Athena will crack open the bottle, pull out the wine cork, and then pour out a glass for everybody involved before holding her own glass up as a toast. And to new understandings.
New understandings.
Go ahead and roll me a brawn check.
Ah! This is going to be great. Oh, I roll with a D2. I'm so glad I got this.
Would this count as a new turn for my
It
upshift?
will count as a new turn, so you will get an upshift. However, because you are untrained in the skill, you still roll with snag.
I got 12.
I got a 19. I'm rolling really well now.
You, as you consume the ambrosia, you both feel heat as it travels down deep within your chest. Not uncomfortable. If anything, it feels refreshing, soothing. You can almost feel it branching out to your limbs, to the tips of your fingers and toes, before just sort of draining away. You feel suddenly full of life and light, and any remaining parts of your hangover are completely gone.
Woohoo!
You feel like there's a shine to your skin. Your hair just seems more luxurious. Everything about you just feels more. The gods and even Medusa throw it back as if nothing had happened. Place their glasses down and then look around at each other. Athena studies the two of you for a moment. I was fairly certain it wouldn't have any adverse effects, but one can never be entirely sure.
I mean, it helped me a lot, so I'll take it.
What percentage sure were you?
97?
Okay, better odds than I thought. Now I feel great, like 100%.
Since we have all the stuff for s'mores, Medusa and Aphrodite made some with us before we started drinking earlier. But I mean, you can never have too many s'mores. Chocolate is always good. And Millie will kind of like start putting marshmallows on pokers and handing them to the goddesses and showing them how to roast it perfectly brown. And she's made sure that there was on hand dark chocolate for this, not knowing there would be s'mores, but dark chocolate is always necessary for girls' night. And so it's like a rich dark chocolate that is there to melt between the graham crackers and
Aphrodite is all over it. So I think Thea will tell a story about a time that her and Millie were camping somewhere and were roasting s'mores, and like Millie squished a marshmallow too crazy and it got everywhere. Just like just a silly fun story, and then like also like describe like the scenery of where they were and whatnot, just to like have like a nice little story to like that's not too crazy, but like get some laughs.
yeah, just to kind of like start the conversation.
Yeah. And plus I get edge.
And you'll see Medusa like is kind of nibbling at hers and then taking little pieces of the graham cracker and feeding it to the snakes on her head.
Aphrodite is lounging and she's just like taking some of the dark chocolate and just eating it, like ignoring the s'mores and just eating it because chocolate.
Millie does seem a little bit nervous. Like she's still got that joyful look on her face. But wringing her hands a little bit as she's like looking around, seeing how everybody's doing. And then kind of looks off at the water and waves to the mermaids that had shown up.
Athena.
I don't know if they come and join us when they see everybody, but
Athena looks over at the mermaids, listens to the story that Thea had to tell, and as the mermaids come to the shore, you can see that the scales on their tails melt into skin. You still see the pattern across their legs. And the fact that their toes are just ever so slightly webbed as they walk up the sands, but there are 3 of them that come to join you, lounging next to the fire, drinking from the ambrosia. Athena, having heard your tale, says, yes, there was, we had such fun family moments as well. There was that one time where, my father just popped, and I popped out, fully grown.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Must have been very interesting for you.
Yes, it's always strange to realize that you were nothing but a creation of your father's thoughts.
You know, I actually can kind of relate to that a little bit. 2 years ago, I woke up in a field in Ireland, and
I'm gonna keep a tally.
and I have no memories from before. Like little bits and pieces have kind of snuck in here and there, but it was like 1 minute I was nothing, and then the next minute I was this whole new person. And like I remembered basic things. I just anything about who I was is just it was completely from scratch.
Did you struggle to form an identity around so little?
Well, the farmers that owned the field, they helped me a lot. They had never had kids of their own, but had wanted them. And so they kind of ran a little hostel for any backpackers coming through, since they're usually younger people. And so there, there was people that were around my age coming through, and just hearing the stories of other people. And I just wanted to learn everything I could with what resources I had. And I did realize that I already knew Greek, which was a weird coincidence ending up with everything going on now. But they taught me Gaelic so I can speak their dying native tongue, which was really cool. And I would just sit at the table and they would tutor me on it, and just, trying to come up with who I was. Like even my name comes from Milsiog, Gaelic word for small and sweet. And that is what the couple had called me. And so Millie is what I call myself, but I don't even know what my real name is.
I see their statement was at least half accurate. I've yet to find you particularly sweet, but rather little.
A small.
The sweet's there. You'll see it soon. I mean, what's more sweet than getting all these people together and sharing a night of relaxation and good times?
In my defense, the last time I did see her, she was trying to beat me.
I mean, we did kind of need what you had.
We find ourselves in a predicament, to be certain. I don't know what exactly is going on, honestly. I don't know what Zeus's aims are. Zeus attacked us first. Well, technically Aphrodite, and we were there, and then we died, and then we came back.
All
And
very confusing.
it's been
1 week.
been like 2 weeks, hasn't
It's
it?
only been 2 weeks. It's
been a very, very busy.
It's been a very busy 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago, you all were just myths to us, and then we got thrown in the middle of it, and something. It feels like we were all called to be there in that moment, though, and to be awakened. It was really interesting being in the underworld and meeting Hades and Persephone, and I got to pet Serby. I was very excited. And the fates were there, and they were like, hey, it's not actually your time. This wasn't supposed to happen. And so it sounds like there's a big divide happening, and we just
Either ended up in the middle of it, or something is being planned that's bigger than all of us. I mean, even the fates. It's weird.
But we keep getting attacked by Zeus, and I'm curious why, as it appears you can move about freely, why you're aligned with him in this endeavor.
He's my father.
I don't remember a father, so
I don't
forgive me
either.
if this seems insensitive, but is familial loyalty really more important than like not destroying things and people?
And I mean, it's not just I mean, your father's not the only family you have. He's hurting a lot of your other family. I'm sorry, we're getting way too deep into this. This is supposed to be a night of fun. I'm so sorry.
Should we move inside and do spa stuff?
You
We talk about fathers, so it just kind of.
I'm I'm so sorry, Athena. We shouldn't be talking about this on a night of fun. Apologies again.
No, I don't mind talking about it. As I said, he is my father. Without him, I would not exist, quite literally.
But you're your own person.
But what if I don't disagree with him?
Then that is a good reason to stand beside him.
I've met very few of your kind, but your lives are very small.
If you mean by short, yeah, but doesn't mean they're not meaningless.
Well, come on, let's go inside and we'll do spa stuff, and maybe we can help you understand more why the destruction he's causing, which honestly we haven't gotten a good reason for outside of he's throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah, we really don't know why he's doing this. We haven't gotten a reason.
So we've only been reacting as we have to protect ourselves and those we love, and
the innocents
stand up for those that can't stand up for themselves in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, if Zeus stopped involving you in this fight, you would perhaps be willing to stand aside?
No.
If he continues to hurt humans and humanity, then no, we in good conscience cannot stand aside.
No. I'd continue to fight for the innocents out there.
Interesting.
But that's just us. I don't know about the other three, but I know, like Millie said, we wouldn't stop.
I know what it's like to have my life torn away from me twice, technically, with having died and whoever I was before being ripped from me. We still matter.
And I didn't have much of a life before this. I didn't really do anything meaningful. And now having this, having a purpose, it feels good. Aphrodite is not as like like watching this from afar, but trying not to draw attention to herself, and she has like a small smile on her face as she's watching Millie and Thea and Athena have this conversation.
Medusa's like death grip onto Irene's hand through all of this.
And the mermaids are just trying to figure out how to like cook s'mores because they're like, well, how do? Because we haven't showed them yet.
Ambrosia and just chomping on.
They're just eating the marshmallows because they're like, what is?
These don't travel very well underwater. Athena will refill the glasses, and I would seek to at least understand the divide between us, and perhaps, although war is one of my purviews, if I can use my wisdom to better connect us as a family. We are, of course, related.
What do you mean?
Like to us, or just to and points to the other goddesses?
Yeah.
Make me an alertness insight check.
Both of us?
Yep.
Okay. I don't get my edge on this one.
No.
I just get my D4. Eh. Eh. Oh, that's cocked. Oh, that's better. 18.
Just to check for Millie, was that included in the upshift for the first skills list?
Oh no.
Oh, wait, I got edge because of my thingy. Right? Because I used the perk. Wild Tales. Did I get edge? What did I get edge on? Any smarts or social skill test. So I do get edge. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes it a 12.
Okay, nope. I didn't get better than an 18, but I still got an 18.
She smiles, and it's a smile that seems to conceal secrets, and she gestures widely to encompass Medusa and Irene on one side and Aphrodite on the other, and just, of course, I mean my family.
File that away on the old noggin.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of
if T-Dubs was here, he's Nike's son, so he definitely is, and that's still mind blowing.
yeah.
Yes.
But anyways, hey, I don't know your names, mermaids. Sorry about that. Even though we did hair braiding together, we're gonna go inside and do spa stuff and put goop on our face. Do you want to put goop on your face with us?
I caught that, Matthew.
What did you? Oh, that's fine.
I caught that.
Yeah. The mermaids, as you turn to look at them, yes, their hair's braided, but more importantly, they are devouring the marshmallows, like fingers and faces just covered in bits of marshmallow and chocolate.
So they're already goopy.
Yeah, they are so just all that sticky marshmallowy goodness, and just they look across at you.
Millie makes a note to send marshmallows to the aquarium.
I think I can speak for all three of us when I say we are quite happy out here with the sea and the beach and these marshmallows. Oh my god, these marshmallows.
Millie will send Creed back out with more marshmallows.
Mix them with the chocolate.
Together?
Yeah, and Millie will quickly run over and just build a s'more real quick and show it to them.
When Creed comes out with the marshmallows, you see one of the merfolk reach into a small bag and produce a gold coin. Make me an alertness perception check, please.
Yeah, I'm good at those. What is the one that gives me... is that a power? I thought I had a thing that gives me...
Critical 15.
Oh, I guess I don't have a thing that... Oh, no, that was... I've been rolling wrong. That was Iris that had that. My bad. I don't have edge on these. I've been rolling this wrong. My apologies. But I do have D20. I do have specialization. Oh, no, that's not very good. Okay, that's a 10.
It's a 10. Unfortunately, with a 10, you see the coin, you see that it looks old. But beyond that, you don't see much of any detail. With the critical 15, you see on the coin there is what appears to be it looks like a Greek-style temple on one side, and the word Atlantis. As they hand this coin over to Creed, except the marshmallows and chocolate, which definitely is not worth the value of that golden coin.
To them it is.
So then,
Millie will walk past and pat Creed on the arm and say, "You just got a real cool gift," and then we'll walk towards the house. Those doing spa night.
Inside the house, pizza has been prepared.
True.
So much pizza.
Pizza and spa night. Every girl's dream.
There's a plate of sliced cucumbers, and Millie just grabs them and puts them on her eyes to start out with. I know we're doing this later, but I just like to make funny eyes.
Pizza, ambrosia, and spa night. Yes.
Athena has brought the remaining ambrosia in with her. There's still 3 bottles. The merfolk did seem to have consumed quite a bit of it, and are in good spirits as a result. She places the bottles down on the counter and sits on one of the couches before sort of just lounging comfortably and looking across all of you. It's just so the spa part of the evening.
I imagine that Millie had left instructions for the staff, and we have a couple masseuses that have come in, some Vietnamese manicurists to do fingers and toes, and like it's all set up so we've got like 2 people can do massages at once, 2 people doing manicures, pedicures, 2 people doing the face masks that Athena brought and the cucumbers on the eyes, and
they can get their nails done while they do the face masks.
Yes.
Aphrodite is in heaven. She's like, yes.
Medusa has gone back to the normal hair for this, and like has put it up so that the snakes underneath the illusion aren't like snapping at the people near her, but she goes immediately over to the massage station, and like there's a little screen set up, and so she can like strip down and wrap the towel around her and go, because that fear is bad for the back.
Aphrodite will go up to Millie and like link their arms together and be like, "Millie, darling, this is amazing. I am so happy. You did such a good job." Oh, what do I do
may have
first?
forgotten it was girls' night, but at least I had already set up instructions.
She's like, "Oh, what do I do first? I don't know."
You should do your nails to match the dress you were wearing the first time we met you, because that's such a pretty color on you.
The red and gold one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Then she hurries over to get her nails done, the red and gold. Thea pours herself another drink.
Make me another porn check.
Yes.
Athena is chomping on the bits of cucumber. She's just got the tray in front of her. She's just nibbling on it. And just...
Millie will like pull over some ranch dressing to put with them that she's like, I knew we'd probably end up snacking on these instead of putting them on our eyes. But if you take 2 of them and put them on your eyes when you have the face mask on, it'll actually reduce puffiness in your eyes.
Do I have puffiness?
Probably not, but I know I do. And like it's that like she like all of the hangover effects are gone, but still the puffiness in the face from all that alcohol is there.
A 12.
As you consume the ambrosia, you feel that same wave of heat.
Mm-hmm.
And just the very faint buzzing of what you can only describe as inebriation. You feel like right just at the very edges of your head. As you look around, everything just has just a very faint blurriness to the edges of your vision. You still feel good, but a little bit less with it at the same time.
Ah, yes.
Millie, realizing she should keep her wits about her, is going to drink the cucumber lemon mint water that she had the kitchen prepare. So it's like, again, half her size. One of those glass jugs with a little spigot, and it's got all of the things in it, and yeah. It's very refreshing.
I think Thea is going to go to the other masseuse table and get a nice massage because, she's just, was with Hecate doing a bunch of training and then she came all the way back. So she's a little, like, her muscles are a little, like, need some work done. So, yeah, she's going to
Millie's
go to
gonna
the other
kind of
masseuse
link
there.
up with Athena now that Aphrodite has gone off for her nails and be like, so what are your favorite colors?
Blue?
All right. And Millie will get her all set up at the other station and like show her how to put, I imagine it's sheet masks that she brought. Help her put that on and then pick out a like pearlescent, almost glittery blue for her nails, and then be like, ooh, and then if you can like use some silver to do like some silver moons on there.
Ooh. She watches through the mask, through the eye holes of the mask. It's just, this is all very quite different, but in a good way.
Irene, and Millie will go over with Irene and be like, would you like some of this refreshing water, or I can pour you some of the ambrosia? And Millie's like basically just running around trying to make sure everybody else is getting taken care of.
Irene is very carefully watching the rest of the group, and at the mention of ambrosia, you see her perk up a little bit, and then her shoulders slump. Just no, I do think just in case, just some water will do, please.
All right. And Millie will get her like a goblet glass of the water and like make sure that she's put in the nice crunchy ice and garnishes it with a lemon and a cucumber and then brings it back and presents it to Peace and kind of whispers, "Is it going okay?"
Irene will lean in and just, well, my sisters, this is probably the best I've seen them behave around each other in a while. So yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying.
No blood has been spilled.
Here, have some pizza. She'll bring over a slice of margarita pizza for her.
Just takes it and
I thought that you would really like the tomatoes and the feta and how that all works together.
With the spinach.
it's all very different to the food I eat normally. It's very tasty.
Well, good. All right. Um, do you want to do a face mask while waiting for one of the stations to open, or just chill here?
No, I'll just sit and watch and make sure everybody's on their best behavior.
All right, let me know if you need anything. And then Millie is gonna go and like sit near the nail station where Aphrodite and Athena are. And like she'll put her feet in one of the like little bubble pedicure things going to like soften up her feet and just so how are you liking being pampered?
Oh, darling, I love
Aphrodite,
being
I know
pampered.
you're in heaven right now.
You know it.
It's very different. We don't get me wrong, we all had our own regimes, and even throughout time, different beauty standards have existed. But I'm not used to such attendance upon my person in quite some time.
But see, that's the beauty of the human world. We've taken note of uh the myths and how being pampered every once in a while is good for you. And even though we might be small to you, we have learned from you and we're almost like a piece of you.
Yes, it's just a shame that whilst you remember these myths and these stories, the importance of them hasn't carried through history. I hear you talk about these myths, as you said, but for me, these were things that I lived and experienced. They might not have
I
been exactly
definitely
the same as
cannot
stories.
imagine living that long and seeing everything change. And I know that humanity has its bad parts, but looking at how the fighting is going on with you all, obviously that's a reflection. And while we maybe haven't kept the morals like passed down as strictly from the stories we've heard as what was happened or what was intended, that still just shows us as a reflection of you and maybe any other various gods that are actually real too. Because I mean, if y'all are, then that doesn't preclude the others. And in fact, it almost makes it likely. Oh man.
You have to understand, though, where my father. You have politicians, you have presidents and prime ministers and kings and queens. All of these people feel so self-important. But there was a time when they would worship him. They would worship us. Can you not see what he longs to return to?
Just a question, since I'm just a human. Uh what did you gain from being worshipped outside of like being able to be pampered like this? And did it give you more power or more something?
No more power. Our power doesn't come from their belief. It comes from fear. The fear, the respect. He could walk amongst you and hear tales of his strength, his deeds. People would worship him.
But what if, and just hear me out on this, what if in living amongst humans more openly, you do get the belief back? And even if it's like a small commune, like I know maybe not the whole world, but like take Crete. Go and like set up and have humans there and like just start small and see if it's workable for, with the knowledge, humans and you all to coexist. Then there would be the belief. I'm sure there would be the fear and the respect, because fear and respect come from those that know that they're not as powerful as the others. And while that might cause some issues, if introduced correctly, maybe it becomes an integral society, and where the humans aren't less important, they're still able to live their lives, but there's then you will get the benefits with also being able to benefit those humans.
Answer me this, both of you.
Yeah, Thea hearing it as this has come out in a robe, has been watching from a distance.
Place yourself in a position of power. Imagine yourself leader of this country. A group of individuals come out calling themselves gods. Power to smite them down. What do you honestly think the reaction would be?
Oh, I absolutely know that they're horrible people and will attempt war, but I think also if it's done correctly and maybe not setting yourselves above them. So, like, for instance, taking a small area that is currently unspoken for, I'm sure there are some islands, uh, and diplomatically. And yeah, there's going to be people that want to take the power from you, not knowing that they can't take that power from you, not in the way they think they can. But show them how, because there was a time when you all ruled with this power and were worshipped above people, but I'm sure you also still integrated in with the humans and had relationships. Well, I mean, I've heard all the stories about all the demigods, and but outside of that, like friends.
Political relationships, respect, mutual, both ways.
And maybe it would show them that they could treat their people better. Because honestly, Millie kind of gestures around at America.
The world is not great right now. And though people are trying, some people are, the not greatest people are kind of winning right now.
So we're already in a world of those in power abusing the rest of us. And so, I mean, we have some fear and respect for those people, but we have less respect because of how they're going about it. If you set it up in a way where you're not abusing the people or using them just for your own gains, maybe we end up back in a position of harmony. And Millie is kind of like looking over at Irene every once in a while, like, am I doing okay?
Aphrodite is just listening again with that little smile on her face.
You see Irene in the background, she's just like... Athena listens to what you have to say, and she nods her head at several points. But ultimately, when you finish talking, she's just... But what if we just took them out?
What good would that do?
This is a big old world, and it's going to be hard to take out 6 billion of them.
Even if...
Kill all of you. It's never been our interest to kill all of you.
If you
you just said take this all out.
I think she meant the political powers, the bad people. If you take out the political powers, you'll just make people angry, and they'd riot against you, which would just start a lot of wars.
We already have a lot of wars, if we're being honest.
And even more people will die, and even more people will be angry, and it'll just be a big, never-ending cycle. And what good is that?
As we talk about this and how we're realizing how people would react, is that what Zeus's goal is to reestablish himself as a power and reveal himself as Zeus?
Ultimately, he wants to be able to stand once again and look down upon not his creation, despite what he may think, but all of you, and try to lead you to a better place.
So we're similarly aligned, but there feels like there's something else there with him. We've heard that he wants to release the Titans. We've heard, just trying to get Aphrodite back in the fold, sent those storm golems attacking anybody trying to capture her.
My understanding, though of course I wasn't there to lead them, was that they were sent after Aphrodite and anybody who got in their way.
Yeah, we did kind of get in their way.
But if Aphrodite, and Millie kind of looks at her and correct me if I'm wrong, forcing any of the other gods or goddesses or your people to forcing them to see it your way, forcing them to your side, that's alienating them and abusing them just as much as it is any of the humans that are collateral damage.
It's taking away our free will, and isn't that what being a god, being a human is all about? Free will?
Athena leans back in the chair she's sitting on and studies all of you quietly for a moment. She's sort of looking at her fingers and at you guys. He just wants to make things better, and he just needs help to do so. He just needs his family around him.
Better for who? Better for him?
For us.
For the gods? Or for the humans?
For us. And she gestures, and when she does, she even includes Medusa in the gesture. There was a time when all of us were seen as more than stories, but also respected. Now we have to hide who we are to avoid triggering some kind of confrontation with you.
So, in trying to avoid confrontation, he's causing confrontation?
He just wants to win a fight before it starts.
Maybe
But like Aphrodite, for instance, has been happily living amongst the humans and without revealing who she is, has gained great standing, has gained, I would say, from the stories I've heard to who I've witnessed her to be, has grown a great compassion for those around her, including us. She may go about it in different ways than some of you would, but seeing the humanity that is present within yourselves and how we've helped change you for the better, then maybe coming to the table and Zeus not just trying to snatch her, maybe like setting up a meeting and actually, I don't know, talking to her. And from what I understand, Zeus has Hephaestus against his will with him and is making him create these storm golems and attack his wife.
He doesn't labor against his will. He labors for love.
Aphrodite looks at Athena with a little bit of a shocked expression, and because she was about to like agree with Millie and go on a point, and then when Athena says it, she looks at her and goes, "What do you mean?"
Come, Aphrodite, I know you had your relationship with him, but you know he loves me more. You chose Ares. He chose me.
So he's making all these things for you.
For my father, but for me too, yes.
I see.
In the background, Irene's just like,
And then Aphrodite will go quiet and excuse herself from the table and step into the backyard towards the pool and just have herself a quiet moment to take all this in.
Medusa will follow her out and just kind of like to get away from Athena, but also to be there in case Aphrodite needs someone.
Friendship.
Well, that okay. is there a possibility for an actual peace summit? We have girls' night. We invited peace to be here and make sure that we didn't kill each other and just make things worse. But if we all came to the table, because we do know that at least Nike is either being held against her will or her family is being threatened or something because Winslow hasn't been able to get a hold of his mom. But if we could all come to a peace table and maybe there's more commonalities than we think, and perhaps we could work something out so that there's less bloodshed and less grasping for power, and maybe figure out a way for you all to get what you want without large scale destruction on either side.
And we could hear what Zeus has to say, what he wants, and maybe we could all come to an understanding.
I mean, we obviously don't stand for all of humanity.
No.
We may have been granted these powers to stand up for humanity, but
maybe we could make a plan, come up with some solution, start some
represent the human element and be able to let them see that there are those of us that are willing to work with them, not against them or in spite of them, without being forced to come to a peaceful resolution.
And we can start making progress and not just fall back on fighting and making things worse.
Athena stays in the seat but studies you both quite intently, and you can see, like, metaphorically speaking, the cogs whirling behind her eyes as she tries to put.
Side note, Millie absolutely made sure that the masseuses and nail techs don't understand English.
She's very much trying to work out the best course of action, and you can see she's trying to put all the parts of the equation together before she finally speaks. And when she does, she's just, I honestly can't see any version of this where my father gives up. Your stories, they don't do all of this justice.
Maybe you can teach us.
But one of the things they do capture is that when he's set his course to something, it will come to be.
Well,
at least let him know that we're willing to talk, if you can.
And also let him know that as long as he is in cross purpose with humanity and how he sees them, we will stand against him to stand up for the little guy as the little guy. As Millie is still shorter than everybody while they're sitting.
I will pass on your words to him, and I will argue your case for you. I don't agree with perhaps what you have to say, but if there is an alternative to war, as a goddess of such bloody encounters, I, truth be told, have grown quite tired of them.
Well, I have your number, and I will send you funny memes to show you that humanity has, good stuff to bring. Millie's gonna try and win this friendship through fucking memes.
Just send her a bunch of owl memes.
Unfortunately, I do have access to your World Wide Web. I know at least one individual that would find such a term distasteful, a weaver of sorts. But based upon the knowledge that I have access to, I don't believe all your people are worth saving.
Well, no, but then again, I don't believe all of your people are necessarily worth saving either, that are not great. Like the one we met on her island. Calypso? Calypso. She was a thing.
Do you see for a moment Athena stare off into nothing? Go ahead and make me another alertness insight check.
Both of us?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that was bad.
14?
Critical 9.
Thea, you can tell that she's distracted, but just that she's distracted. She's obviously looking and thinking. Millie, you get a flash of recognition when you hear when you mention Calypso and the islands, and of course she knows who it is, but more specifically, Calypso already seems to be on her mind. It's not a name she heard long ago, thought of once or twice. It seems to be more pressing as she looks back at you all.
And I know that there are far more humans than there are of you, so there are far more humans not worth saving. But a common thread is that not all of any people is good. There's always going to be a bad element. And even if we remove that element, it's going to rise again because it's the nature of free will, free thought. There's always going to be someone who wants more than they have and will fight for it.
But in most cases, the good outweighs the bad.
Perhaps we talk of other things. You did, I believe, promise a trivia night?
Oh, yes. All right. And Millie runs out of the room and gets the attention of Aphrodite and Medusa to come back in and pulls out Trivial Pursuit.
Aphrodite has calmed down, and with the help of Medusa, and her smile's back on her face, and she brightens herself up a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, you know Athena's gonna win, right?" She comes back in.
I kind of figured, but there might be some of these human feeling questions that she doesn't know.
That is true. She'll come back in.
And I bet she hasn't seen all the movies that I have in trying to learn about people again. But yes, we settle in for Trivial Pursuit.
What are words?
Words are hard, y'all.
Words are hard.
And Millie makes sure that everybody understands the rules, and after this we can play charades.
Charades. Gotta love charades.
What I will say is, go ahead and make me cultures checks.
Oh no. Oh wait, I have a D2 in that. Sweet.
Oh, this is a new turn. I can do an upshift.
No. Okay.
Oh, I don't have edge. 7!
For
or snag. I had snag.
And for Medusa as well for me.
Okay. What's Aphrodite's cultures?
I would say she has a D6 in cultures, but not specialized.
Cool.
Medusa got a 20.
Ooh, that's cocked. Okie dokie. I will post them in the chat.
Athena rolled so low.
Oh my god, she did!
Or no, Millie rolled a 7. Athena rolled an 8. Medusa has rolled a 20.
I'm gonna re-roll her D8 just out of curiosity, but based on that, I'm not.
You rolled a 1 and a 4 on your D20s.
Yeah, I'm aware. So she got a 10. Still a critical 10, but a 10.
Aphrodite got a 10 and Thea got a 5.
Medusa wipes the floor.
Yeah.
What did Medusa get? Oh, 20?
20.
I mean, I can see it.
I picture the snakes whispering in her ears because they each have their own knowledge.
They got their own little area of expertise. Like one of them loves romance films, and the other just adores anything to do with puppies, and it's just like little.
Another one is likes all the books.
But as Medusa is, actually wiping the floor with the rest of us, her fear starts to recede a little bit, and she even jokes with Athena a little bit and relaxes enough that while the fear is still there, it's almost showing Athena that people can overcome who they are and their prejudices.
Boss.
Having completed the trivia contest, it did not go well for Athena at all, which is
She's
embarrassing
distracted.
but par for the course. To be honest with you, when I roll dice, it's either going to go really good or really badly. There's no middle point. And I used up all my luck last week, I think. Yeah. Athena, she's not sulking, but she's close to sulking. She looks disappointed in herself. She's kind of glaring over at Medusa, and you hear her say underneath her breath, "That's just no fair. She had help."
Millie will send a text to Athena that has all of her logins for the streaming services so she can watch more TV and movies.
I shall binge watch this The Good Place. I don't understand it, but I will watch it.
Well, I hope you at least had fun at your first girls' night. We did get a little more serious there than I was expecting, but it's always good to be honest and have what we need to in the open out in the open.
Yes, as I said, I will speak to my father. I will plead your case to him. I don't expect that he will listen.
I don't expect it'll change anything either, but at least it'll be out there in the ether.
Better to have tried and failed than never to have tried at all.
And I appreciate that you have made this first attempt at peace. It's not something that historically my family are very good at.
I mean, it's historically not something any humanoid species is good at.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
People be warned.
When we first came to this dimension, there were others, and they saw us as just as much of a threat to their peace as we saw you. So I can understand. I can understand the concern. She looks down at her nails again, which has really kind of caught her attention.
It's shiny.
If nothing else comes of this, I have a newfound desire for such extravagance.
Well, listen, anytime you want to go get your nails done, and Millie will hold up, and she's gotten purple with gold stars shimmering.
Per Millie's request, her nails are nice. Aphrodite's nails are a nice bright red, and then they have like a gold glitter on top of it, and her toenails match.
Did Thea get her nails done?
Yes, I'm thinking that they are a green, like a nice like emerald green with like a mixture of silver and gold sparkles on top. Or maybe it's like silvery gold swirls. I don't know, something like that. No, silvery
Irene
gold swirls
absolutely
with
got white nails with gold doves.
okay, no. Thea's are like that emerald green with like silver swirls and then like gold rhinestones. Yeah.
Irene probably wasn't gonna get them done initially, not because she likes all of the prettiness, but she was just so focused on everything else and just trying to be like, please don't fuck, please don't fuck.
But as soon as we started doing trivia, Millie absolutely drug her over to get hers done.
What are Medusa's nails?
Ooh, Medusa absolutely got so it's like a shimmery purple iridescent green. So it's got both of those, and then gold snake scales.
Yeah, like the imprint of the snake scales so you could still see everything underneath. Yeah.
A bit like the style, like the tattoo that winds itself up her midriff across her abdomen. Athena will hold out the last of the 2 bottles of ambrosia that are left and just I brought these here as a gift, as a way of breaking the ice. We could either finish them together, or I can leave them here for you.
How about we don't finish them now, but we hold on to them until next we meet up for nails. And then we'll finish them.
I think that's a great idea. I'm feeling a little buzzy.
Well, in that case, and please feel free to say no. You've shown me a lot of your ways this evening. Would you perhaps care for this cultural exchange to go 2 ways?
What do you have in mind?
We historically like to you see Irene in the background as Athena's talking, and she's just like holding up her hands big wide, like warming off, and then Athena carries on. We like to have games of competition, not just intellectually but
Okay, I'm not saying no, but we need to talk to the boys. Honestly, Winslow, I know, will be in an instant.
Okay,
but with certain ground rules in place.
Are you talking now?
Oh yes, right now in the garden, just the 3 of us.
Oh. You know what? Fuck it, let's go. Millie will walk outside.
Again,
ground so bad.
Ground rules.
Please don't kill me.
Thea just follows her out going, ground rules. Aphrodite's eyes go wide and she looks to Medusa to then to
Medusa
Irene.
is like dragging Irene out like, you're gonna need to be there.
And then Aphrodite's just like, oh no. She has that look of this is going to be interesting, and oh no,
I didn't think Millie was competitive, but
she really is.
As Irene is dragged out, she grabs every cushion she can find and just like literally just like arms full of cushion, not pillows, but like small square cushions. And as she comes out, she throws them at all of you and she's just, if you insist on fighting, there will be no bloodshed. You can either fight.
We're going to have an actual pillow fight, Athena.
You can fight with your fists, or you can fight with these.
If we fight with our fists, there's gonna be bloodshed.
Yeah,
you can
I know.
With these, or you can fight with these.
Millie grabs one of the like longer ones that's again half as tall as she is and gives some experimental swing.
I'll find one that has like a little bit of like length to it, not really reach, but like a good whack.
Athena grabs hold of a larger pillow, a larger cushion to use as like a shield, and then a smaller one that she can sort of swing round and.
I could see her like ripping the pillow, like the case on it, so she could like hold it as a shield.
Thread her arm through it.
Put her arm through, yeah. You see feathers go fluttering off into the distance on the breeze.
Don't worry, those are fake goose.
From above the door, resting, just watching the whole thing, is the owl that she brought with her, and it kind of just turns its head and studies all of you and lets out a hoot. And Athena just looks up. It's okay. We're just going to have a little fun. Everything is okay. I've made my promises to Irene, and
okay.
Just in jest.
Okay. Now you need to make a promise to us. This is just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
If
nobody will get
truth, it wasn't worth it.
Nobody will get angry after this. Agreed?
Listen, if I can have a duel with Medusa and make friends with her after, I'm in.
She holds out her hand to shake you, and as she does, she just swings with the pillow instead. Like she goes.
I wouldn't touch it.
And just like swings with the pillow.
I'm not morphed. Oh
no. Millie absolutely like sees this come. Like, can I roll an alertness check to see if I get morphed before she hits me?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can we morph? Is that escalating the situation?
Roll me an initiative check first to see who gets.
True. There's initiative.
How do I add myself to the combat tracker? I forgot.
Oh, Jesus, that's terrible.
Woo! 20.
I forgot how to add myself to the combat tracker.
I'm on snag. That's a 5.
20. Oh, that's a 5. If you roll initiative from your sheet just by clicking
the
initiative button, it should add you to it.
Hey, click the button. Roll. I also got a 5. Woo! This is gonna go great.
Athena only got an 8, and we still bolted.
And she has a D8 in initiative as well, so it's just
nothing.
This is gonna go great, guys.
Okay, I am gonna roll my alertness quick to see if I get morphed before I'm hit. Nope.
I mean, this is for fun.
I go 8.
I will say yes.
I don't know. Should we morph because this is just for funsies? But we are facing a goddess, so I guess we should.
Yeah,
morph.
It evens out the playing field a little bit more.
Yeah. Armored pillow fight. I don't think I'm going to be able to morph before. She hits
technically,
me, so I'm not going to. A 19 does hit my evasion and toughness, so I do take a point.
You would take.
Are we going
a point of stun damage?
Stun damage, so I'm down 1 stun. So
yeah, but remember,
was that at both of us or just?
Nope, just just Thea. So it literally, she goes to shake her hands. She sort of like doubles out and just whacks her, catching her across the head with the pillow. And
Dirty
just,
pool.
with a big
Dirty
grin on
pool.
her face, she retreats. But as she does so, she drops into a fighting stance. She squares her shoulders, holds the pillow that she's using as a shield, and she's like,
Millie will shout out to Thea now that she's morphed. Morphing is fair because technically we get our powers from her contemporaries, so it puts us on an even playing field.
Got it.
she looks across at both of you, smiles with what can only be called like predatorial grin. She bares the canines and she just says, "Bring it, sisters."
Oh, snap.
When you roll your dice, please go ahead and make me another alertness insight check at the same time.
Okay. Is it my turn? Whose turn is it? Or was that Athena's turn, or was that a surprise round?
That was Athena's turn, so it will be Thea or Millie. I'm not sure why. It'll be Thea because Thea's first in the initiative tracker.
Yeah, we both rolled the same. We both rolled the same number.
Skill dice.
Yeah, because I have a 2 in my skill die.
I have none.
Yeah, I got a 2. All right. So I go first. So does it take a personal power to morph? I don't remember how morphing works.
Nope.
Is it an action or is it a personal power?
It's a standard action to morph.
So I will morph and I'll use my standard action to morph. But I get to be morphy now. So I can't attack. But it's also a standard action to take dodge.
What I would say is, if you want to make some sort of social check, like deception, to try and feint her out, you can do that as a move action.
I don't have deception.
You do have a D2 in it by default in that.
I do have, yeah. Yeah, so I'll do like deception to kind of like feint one way and then trick the other. So we'll go deception. I got my D2. That's not terrible. That's a 14 for deception.
She looks at you, her eyes sort of narrow, and as you go to fake her out, instead of looking in the direction that you first moved to, she just watches. Like, she turns her head just a second before you turn in that direction. She clearly saw it coming.
God dang it. And then you said make an alertness perception check on my turn?
Alertness insight check.
Insight. Okay, not as good. But I do get a D4. Insight. Critical. Math is hard. 11. Critical 11.
I will tell you when I have both of the rolls how it goes.
Cool.
So go ahead for Millie.
Since I did morph after initiative was rolled, technically, I'm guessing I don't have my standard action.
No, I'll say because you morphed at the same time she was trying to get the jump on you, I'll say you get your standard action because you succeeded on the alertness check.
Okay. So I'm going to spend a personal power point to switch to anger. And like she's got that joyful smile, and because of how our helmets are, you can still see her mouth. You just see that smile turn so fucking feral. And she's like, I'm out for blood, and is going to take a swing. Oh no, that's a critical 6.
As you swing, you just catch the shield that Athena raises up and deflects your blow wides.
And then she's gonna kind of be like, that's not how I wanted that to go. but I'm gonna adorn it, and just lifts it up and is ready for the next round.
Go ahead and make that alertness insight check for me.
Oh,
as
yes.
well, please. So you can.
Wait,
re-roll the
I can
one with the
reroll
story
that
point.
one.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll that 20.
Got to use your story points for something.
Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a 13.
So it's a 13, and for Thea, it was a critical 12.
It was a
Yeah,
11.
critical. Or
Oh,
11.
it wasn't critical.
Oh, okay.
No, you did say critical.
Was it critical? I
Yes.
don't remember.
Yeah.
Critical 12. Yeah, let's go with that.
You both notice that as she calls you sisters, her eyes linger on Millie. But there's not much time to think about what she says as she advances and just swings once again.
Fucking knew he was gonna mess with me.
And this time she is going to swing for both of you in one big.
One big arc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
Nope, not even close.
Nope.
What did she roll?
She rolled
13.
a 13.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't hit me either.
So as she sort of like dances forwards to swing, she overbalances, not expecting the pillow to shift because of what it's made out of, and it just goes wide and leaves her open. And let's say on your turn, you will get an upshift to your attack roll.
Ayo. Yeah, so I'm just I'm not gonna do what I was originally gonna do since it left her open. So I'm just gonna dash forward, not take the dash action, but I'm gonna charge forward and I'm going to take an attack. Can I use might with the pillow?
Might or
Cool.
finesse, your choice.
Sweet.
And remember, you do get your solo strike bonus for one upshift.
Oh, I do. I forgot solo strike was a thing.
It doesn't cost you any power points either.
I've never attacked with melee before. I've only ever used my spells, so I get up to 1, so that's a D8 with the one that you're giving me. So that is a 17 to hit.
You swing, and because she's left herself open, she takes the pillow right across the face, and you see like her head snap back. And as she brings it back round to look at you both, that smile, that predatory grin, is just as feral as Millie's, because she is enjoying herself.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like charge up. I'm gonna smack her with the pillow, and then like I'm gonna when her grin gets smaller, I'm just gonna go, oh, and then I'm gonna dash back out of her reach a little bit, which probably isn't out of her reach. Does that make do I take back that stun damage on my turn? Correct. So I'm back up to 3.
Indeed. Yep.
Sweet.
Which will take us to Millie's turn.
Pardon me.
All right, Millie, since she's less used to a swinging motion when she's attacking, she shifts her grip and like balls her fist into the pillow so that she can use it like a battering ram.
Sock 'em bopper. It's a sock 'em bopper.
18 hits. You just like pummel her in the face, and like,
and with how short Millie is, it's an uppercut. So pillow to the chin.
you catch her under the chin, her head snaps back, and when she brings it back down, she just like looks over at you, and the grin just grows even wider.
And Millie's grin just keeps getting bigger with her, and she goes, "Let's go!"
Her bright blue eyes are just absolutely full of light and life, and she just swings back with all of her might.
Oh, yep. There's no escaping that one.
So she catches Millie like right across the head and the shoulders, and then dances back out of the way herself, drops to a crouch, and pulls herself in closer towards the wall to give her some cover. And then it will be Thea's turn.
Okay. I can't remember. Is Don't Notice Me Field, is that a standard action?
Yes, it will be a standard action to use.
Right, I'm going to try to go invisible.
Do it.
Just for funsies. So that is so it's a -3 cost, so that's only a D2, but I'm specialized. But don't do shit. Because it's a D8 with a -3 cost, so that's only a D2. I don't remember.
Damage, correct, Matt? Sorry.
Sorry, say again?
I take stun damage from that hit?
Yeah, just the 1 stun damage.
What is my, what am I trying to beat? What's the number I'm trying to beat on Don't Notice Me Field?
It's a 15.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 22. Bless you, Keyleth. I love you.
So just as a brief reminder, and just kind of because I think this is one of the first times you've used spellcasting in a while, you will get the upshifts come back, but it's 1 upshift at a time until you're back to the D8. So next round, at the beginning of
I'll be at the D4. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, you turn yourself silent and invisible.
Millie is puzzled and like looking around. That's so cool.
And then I will move, because I'm silent and invisible, so she can't see or hear me. I'm going to move around to flank Athena. And it works until I attack.
Millie is going to just take a full run at her and has shifted her grip back to the 2-handed and is overhead trying to basically hit her in the chest because that's his tall.
Wait, jump and hit her in the head.
Wait, since this is our backyard and Millie and Winslow have been back here, can I say there's a trampoline back here?
I would say yes, but what I will say is you still need to make an athletics check, but I will give you edge on your athletics check.
Because she is going to attempt to do her own Millie style.
Go for it. Roll me an athletics check and see how it goes.
15? All right.
Yeah.
So Millie's
going
to take
with an upshift for me when you make your roll.
All right. Millie's going to take a run and like initially looks like she's headed straight towards Athena, but then so she's running and then takes a sidestep onto an in-ground little trampoline that we've set up while we were practicing the Millie style and launches. No! Critical hit.
You get the height and everything, and as you bring your pillow down to strike her, she just brings her own up and pushes you off to the side. So you hit the ground with a roll, come back to your feet, no injury or anything like that. And she looks at you, and for a moment, although your aura is not active, your ability to perceive auras isn't active, you are certain she looks proud. As she can't see Thea, she does advance upon you though and make another swing.
She can't see or hear me, but she knows where I am. No!
She's swinging at Millie. So sorry,
Okay.
she can't see Thea. She advances upon Millie and makes another swing.
Okay.
Oh, that is one above my goddamn toughness.
But yeah, she does catch you across. I'm gonna say like she swung low, so she catches you kind of across the ribs with a bit of a poof as the pillow just not explodes, but several feathers go bursting out, almost to add kind of the special effect of an explosion of feathers. Which will take us to Thea's turn.
Awesome. So I'm gonna sneak up behind her. I'm gonna like hit her in the middle of the back with this pillow.
So you will gain edge because you are invisible.
Yeah. So that brings it to a D6.
And your solo strike bonus if you're not.
Yeah, so that brings it to a D8. Again.
Bear with me a second.
Yes.
It's got edge, not an upshift.
Edge. Okay, right. Sorry.
So I think it will be a D6 with edge.
Yes. My bad. Brain fart.
That's cool. I just want to make sure you get the edge was all.
Yes, thank you.
Really useful.
Yeah. 14.
You do hit her because she's unaware of where you are. You strike her, hitting her toughness, which isn't as good as her willpower, which she normally uses to defend with. And you just strike her across, and she's driven down to one knee by the blow.
And then I'm smiling because I used her own trick against her because now I'm smiling because I outsmarted her. And then I'm going to jog back a couple steps and ready my pillow.
Millie's gonna take advantage of kind of sidestepping to come at her from the side.
We will say we're going to consider her prone while she's on her knee, so you'll get an edge to your attack roll.
Okay. And not gonna go for the head or anything like that, but come back in for like that uppercut to the shoulder. Oh, not that.
You
15.
managed to catch her unaware. She's taken like one blow after another, and she's kind of trying to work out which is the best threat to turn against. And as she turns to face Thea, she takes a blow across her shoulder, which shunts her back a few feet. She rolls to her feet, though, standing now, and looks across at both of you. And instead of using the shield, she turns it into another weapon and starts spinning it in her grip, so she can strike at both of you. And we are going to...
Can Millie attempt kind of a distraction with what do you mean, sister?
Do so. Make me either a deception or persuasion. Persuasion probably would be most apt, I think.
Because I'm not trying to deceive her with it. I have snag in this and nothing. So this is gonna be great. 4.
She just grins back at you as she swings. First roll's going to be for Millie, second for Thea. So it's a 17 for Millie, which doesn't hit.
Yeah, 17 does not. Or I take it but I power through it.
And this critical 19 against Thea.
Oh yeah, that hits. My toughness is an 18, so
hits you for 2 points of stun damage as the pillow swings wildly, like square across the face.
Yep, I deserve that.
She looks at you as she swings and grins, that same grin, that same feral joy, and just...
Millie, for all that she's small, is stalwart and gets hit with that, but it doesn't even budge her, and she's just like,
She's in full fight mode now. She's just like, come on. She's like, come on then. We wanted to fight. And it'll be back to Thea.
Okay, so it's been 2 rounds, so I've got 2 of my upshifts on skills back, right? I got 2 of my skill dice on shifts on.
So this
okay,
would be the
so
start
I'm at
of the second turn. Yep.
I am going to cast Bestow Expertise, and if the spell works for the duration of the scene, I am going to put in might an expertise for pillow fights. So I'll get a specialization on that.
Nice.
I like that. Pillow fights.
I don't think this spell is a this spell is a superior. So I have it's a downshift 2, so it's at a D6. I'm at a D6 right now, so technically it's a D2. I rolled it wrong. My apologies. Let me re-roll it.
You do get an upshift to your spellcasting, though, with your experienced spellcaster.
Oh, I do. So it's at a D4 right now, and I have specialization in superior enchantment, so I also get my D2. Let me re-roll that. My apologies. Okay.
I should have used adolescent attitude on that fucking persuasion check.
Okay, so I don't hit the 15, so I just waste the spell. I only got a 9. Yeah, no, so I don't make it, so it don't work. So I'm just gonna back up even more.
Which will take us back to Millie.
Millie wants to, since Athena's still down on her knees, right? Up against the wall. Millie's gonna do a little parkour and like run up the wall a little bit and then like flip backwards and on the down flip try and like bring the pillow to her face.
So go ahead and make me an athletics or acrobatics check. We'll see if that gives you any upshift.
That's it.
You will get an upshift and edge to your attack roll because she's still prone.
And I'm technically coming from above.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Would you like to re-roll that 1 though?
Yes. Really?
She, as you run up the wall and do the flip to attack her, she looks across at you and just, family fights. And you, as she says it, as you hear what she says, your blow just doesn't connect with her. And whether or not she said it to distract you, or just
I just wasn't gonna hit anyway.
Yeah. And as she stands back up to bring her pillow around to attack you, you just hear a sudden splash from the pool. And the water just erupts outwards, upwards, sprays across the garden, droplets strike all of you, and standing there is Alexander.
Alex? Alexander?
Why are you in the pool?
Are you okay?
He looks across at the two of you, looks at Athena, his eyes narrow a little bit, and just says, Calypso has them.
Calypso has...
What?
Calypso has who?
And that's where we're ending, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 100% where we're ending.
Oh no! Oh no! That is a great place to end.
I really can't wait to watch Boys Night.
Right? Like, our night is so chill. I'm so excited to see what happens with them.
For the record, their night started off really chill. Yeah.
I mean, ours had a fun pillow fight, which got interrupted.
Good political talk.
Yeah, good political talk.
Non-toxic political
Yeah.
talk.
So instead of political fighting and pillow talk, we have political
That's just a friends to enemies relationship right there. Pillow talk and political fighting.
There is a book to be written there.
It probably already has
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite moment for yourself and favorite moment for another player. Gonna go with Killian, who plays Millie.
Oh man. Favorite moment for myself? There were so many. I gotta say, actively speaking with Athena about the situation and getting information that we needed that I was not expecting to get. For somebody else, for Sabina, and just the I'm gonna be chill. I'm gonna go get this massage. I was working with Hecate, and then, oh shit, they're talking politics. This could go downhill.
Same question to Sabina, who plays Thea.
Oh, pardon my coughing. Yeah. For Thea, again, it was all like I really enjoyed like all of the political conversations and getting all this information that we did not have, that we've just been like, what is going on? We have no information. So collecting all that information has been great. For Millie, for Killian playing Millie, it was Millie just always checking in with Irene, going, "Is it going okay? Is everything okay? Is this going all right?"
Don't do the pillow fight, and then Millie just dives right into it.
And the pillow fight was great because we were like,
Listen,
"Oh yeah, let's fight," and then Irene's like, "No, pillows."
In that moment, it was absolutely the whole. I was talking about how, as a player, I'm an opportunist. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take whatever is put down in front of me.
I also love the foreshadowing from like our beginning of talking about a pillow fight. It's like, yeah, nah, it's not that big of a deal, and then like our ending of pillow fight.
I can't remember. I think it might have been Panic who suggested the pillow fight.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I love Panic.
So I had to try and work it in somewhere.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
My favorite moment for Matt was just having to deal with all the political stuff and work it in very well. Bravo, Matt. And B, just running this whole game very smoothly. Bravo, Matt. I love you. You're amazing.
There was one thing I have to say that I Athena threw out, and I'm not sure either of you picked up on.
Children of Nike, multiple.
Not that part. The part where she said that when they arrived from their dimension.
Yes, yeah, I did pick that up.
I did catch that, but didn't say anything.
I was going to question it.
Okay, nobody's reacting. All right, we'll carry on.
I internally was screaming, but she was still talking.
Because my brain immediately went, Titans?
Titans? Did they not come with the Titans? Are they not related to the Titans?
Exactly. So, but my brain just kind of filed that away for later. Yeah, I'm like, we're not talking about that right now.
Fair enough. I was like, okay, we'll carry on. Yeah. And on that note, thank you everybody for watching. We will see you again soon with more stories, this time involving Calypso and who knows what else. Bye.
May the power protect you.